Okay, let's take a blast from the past and something that's going to be happening more in the future. Uh, the old van out here, this started as a metal detecting van knife channel. It's still a van knife channel. There will be some more metal detecting sometime in the future. But basically what I needed to do was, because this is an ancient vehicle and I had a fan shroud in there, but it was tearing up and I threw it away. Dumb to throw it away. I should have just repaired it. But it's one of those old composite type, almost cardboard fan shrouds. And so my vehicle tends to get pretty, this old Ford, let me get back here so you can see it. It's an old Ford here. I took the air cleaner off so you can actually see what I'm talking about here. In fact, that air cleaner doesn't need changing yet, but it's not far away. Anyway, so I have issues with this thing. The transmission is a little quirky, but it's an old Ford. Transmissions are notorious in old Fords, but I put some additive in there. I'll put the additive up here. I think I've used this before, and it smoothed out the transmission. It'll be temporary, and then I actually need to get a transmission job in this if I'm going to keep it. I'm looking into the van life craze, which is now box trucks, which means they're going to start shooting up through the roof now. You can get a pretty good box truck now for about $10,000 or $15,000, and not a third as old as this old 1991 Ford E150 extended van I'm using. So I'm thinking about that. But in the meantime, I had to get this fan cowl on, and it came with screws. But of course, it's easier to use screws when you've got something dismantled. So this is the shroud here, by the way. You can see it here. It's a nice silver shroud. It's being held on by metal. You can see it down here. Metal pull ties. And it's doing real good. Now, you might think that that's pretty stupid, or pretty hillbilly if that's your choice, redneck if that's your choice, or whatever ethnic group you want to say has ingenuity without funds. But I didn't. I have the funds to have this thing mounted, but what the heck? I just used these steel pull ties, and it is rock solid on. And I've got it hooked up to the frame around the radiator grill here, and it's in place. So I was thinking about eventually, putting some screws in here, but until I find a reason, it's going to stay that way. And it's clear of the fan, and that's going to make this thing stay a little bit warmer in the heat of the Texas summer. So I do have a new fan shroud. I was thinking about what I'm going to do to get a fan shroud. I looked for one that's out there in the public. There is none for this. I've looked for months. So I just found a generic fan shroud that fits around my radiator. And see, and this is the radiator blades here, and this is the shroud. So it'll focus and prevent the coolness from not being distributed correctly and getting overheating of some sort. So I just wanted to show you that. So I'll let you know it is not done. I bought this hood prop as well. I've got another one exactly like this somewhere. Couldn't find it, bought another one. And when I find the other one, I'll have two. Anyway, now I do have trouble with missing antifreeze in here, but I don't have the old blue smoke out of the back, which could indicate something along the line of a leak into the, see, it's perfect now, a leak into the cylinders. But I don't have that. It's full right now, but I think I might need to add just a tiny bit to this. I bought this on, of course, on Amazon as well. It's a replacement because they had put a little bottle in here that worked, but I decided I'd fancy it up and put one of this little thing on. So I'll have to put a little bit more antifreeze in there, fill it up to the bottom line down here, so that says when it's cold. And basically I want to give you a quick look at that. The fitness part of this is going on. I think I mentioned the fitness part of this came out basically as as a defense against COVID. I said, okay, if I do get COVID and I'm weighing 50 pounds overweight, maybe I got a 50% chance of having side effects. So I lost from 250 when I was in my old sedentary job to my current sedentary life. I'm still sitting in front of a computer, but then I began exercise, jump rope, aerodyne bikes, a traditional stationary bike, walking my butt off. I just walked 10,000 steps, which is down to not a neighborhood Walmart and back. And I'll do that again today, so I'll get 20,000 steps at least. And so that's why I decided I would lose the weight. So I now weigh about 192, and it says I have a body fat of 19%, but I'm using one of those old induction type, so it could be completely wrong, at least wrong by 3 or 4 percentage points. But from being 30 or 40 pound, 30 or 40 overweight to being 19%, that's pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna plug this thing back in and get back, and you'll see some more fitness videos. You're gonna see more fan videos because I'm getting close to saying goodbye to my current employment. So I said I'll move into the van for 2 or 3 months, build up some money, wait, and then just kick back and wait for my retirement to come in, and then decide what I'm going to do. See if anybody, and I've got a friend who's got a chance for me maybe to have a side gig. I'm a pretty good writer, maybe not a great speaker, definitely not a great videographer, but I do write pretty good. So I might get a chance to actually do that, do some online vlog stuff and some online articles for people if I can do it and she thinks I'm up to par. She's seen samples of my writing before, but I'll make sure that I don't embarrass her, and maybe I can sort of hook on to her star and drag along in the trail in the skies. Anyway, I just want to give you a quick look. So this is basically what I'm doing. Still working on the van. I'd love to get a new van or a new engine drop in this. I'm not gonna get a new van. I'm not gonna spend $10,000-$15,000 for a new van. Not 10,000. When you're talking about a new van, you're talking about 40 to 60,000 for a new van. I'm talking about new to me van. I'd rather spend 10,000 getting this one up to par, and maybe last another 15 to 20 years. Maybe even do engine overhaul, or maybe even replace the engine, than rather get invested in a huge amount that I need to be paying on with finance and interest rates. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. That's it. So that's basically what I'm doing. I tied this thing down, very Beverly Hillbillies, whatever you want to call it. Redneck, ghetto, whatever your ethnic preference for people, ingenious people. That's what I did for this. I like ingenious people. I don't care what tag you put on them beyond that. In any case, I got that going, so really happy about that. It's dead solid. And these are very strong, and I'm gonna clip off the little extras here. There's really not reason to clip them off though. I am not looking for a beauty contest in my old van. Anyway, that's all I've got. Just trying to get the van in shape, trying to stay in shape myself, and I will be back on the road in not too distant future. I don't know if I'll be out on the road remotely, but there's no reason to live for $2,000 or $3,000 when you can live in your van. Even if you're living on somebody else's land for $300 or $400, you're saving $1,700 plus than living in a traditional apartment. Or, if a cheap apartment in a bad part of town is still gonna bring you $1,000 or so, or maybe $400 or $500 or $800 to $900. But still, I can save that amount of money. Okay, talk to you later. Have a wonderful day, and I will be back. You'll probably see a few more fitness videos. I got some things to show you in that, and some other things. So I hate this thing turned into a grab bag, which means I'll never be that popular, but I wasn't that popular before, so who cares? Talk to you later.